Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Pankatsu Akuma. You know the drill? I just came back from the gym and ate some lunch. And today was kind of weird. I know the title screen is still the same as when we left it off on the last episode. But yeah, let me talk about my day first before I start the last episode recap. So at the gym, I was actually, or not at the gym, I guess before going to the gym, I woke up and feel kind of sad. Sometimes, you have those days when you're just like sad for unknown reasons, right? And that was just one of those days for me. And I kid you not, a couple of years ago, like not a couple of years ago, last year, if I was sad, I would kind of just wallow in that sadness for a couple of days and let it like fester inside of me. Right? And that's usually how it works, right? Humans do that. They kind of fall into the what's the word? Into the pity party sort of mindset once they feel sadness. They start thinking about what's the bad things in their life and stuff like that. But for some reason, like this time when I'm feeling sad like that, I start thinking about the advice that I usually give to people who are sad. So my advice is usually cold heart logic, right? For the most part. If people say that they're sad, blah blah blah, I'm gonna give them really sound advice. And taking a look at that, I definitely don't, look at stuff from an empathy point of view, right? And it dawned on me that maybe, just maybe, like I'm one of those guys who, what's the word? It's very difficult for me to not say. It's very difficult for me to share this feeling with you guys, because, when people actually, when I tell people about, the cold hard logic thing, whenever they need advice. Usually they'd say, I'm a bad person. I don't try to think in their perspective, right? But I started thinking that way and give myself, basically reverse my own advice or take my own medicine. And yeah, that actually cheered me up. I don't know why. Like when people actually give me cold hard logic, that actually makes me cheered up, I guess. I'm not a masochist or anything, guys. It's just weird. So usually this sort of feeling would linger on me for quite a while, maybe like a week, maybe sometimes 2 weeks. Like it would be gone, like slowly gone day by day, but or it's gonna keep increasing day by day, and then it's slowly gonna go down. But this time it's just gone like instantly after I told myself. Or not told myself, I just thought about what I would do or what I would tell myself in that situation. I guess I'm kind of happy that happened. It's a weird thing, guys. I probably can explain this a lot more on a video that's not Pankatsu Akuma, because I'm gonna be talking about, a more relevant topic. But okay, enough about that. Let's actually talk about the last episode recap. So in the last episode, we finished up Miyabi Senpai's route. As you can see, we got her title screen, and there are 4 more title screens, it looks like, if you take a look at the top right. And yeah, the title screen changes. We got close to her, we fucked her a lot. I kind of just enjoyed myself throughout the whole ending, basically. This is not a game where you really think too much about, and you just enjoy the ride. But yeah. I said on the last episode we are going to go. Hopefully this new save file or this old save file unlocks those routes too. Because I save here. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's good. Huh? Wait, Aifa is her? Okay. Am I crazy? I swear to goodness, I actually read this as Tama, Reika, and Aifa. Wow. Yeah, they didn't have the portrait before, so that was the reason why I don't know who the hell Aifa was. It's actually Tama-chan. Well, I said I was gonna do Tama-chan and then Reika-san and then Aifa. I guess what we're gonna do is just Aifa, Reika, and Rin-san. I don't know why they call her Aifa. What? Well, okay. But yeah, the plan is going to be, we're already done with Mel, so I'm gonna do Tama-chan. Next one is gonna be Riria, and then we're gonna do Reika-san. Wait, no. Mel, Aifa, Emmy, Reika, Riria, Rin, and then Arlet, and we are gonna end off with you. That's the plan. Alright. I'm probably not gonna enjoy this one, but we'll see. I don't know how long these site routes are going to be too. If they're kinda short, I could probably fit in 2 site routes, not just one. But I guess we'll see. Oh, Tama-chan. Unusual to see you actually doing work type things in a classroom.
ポチみたいにワフワフ言ってればご飯が食べられるわけじゃないのですよ。あ、ごめん。ここのそれぞれの報告のところを適当によろしくなのです。
She's actually working for once.
それが貴様の願いか。
Shut up, Gome. Did he just leave and not do anything?
見ましたか、レンちゃん。あの畜生っぷり。誰が餌あげてると思ってるのですか、あのアザラシは。
That's a strange thing to hear from the person who just tried to make him do her own job. Besides, I'm the one actually feeding Gome. I've never once seen Tama-chan do it. I'm actually kind of surprised that Tama-chan thinks of herself as Gome's owner. So, what's the story with that report bit? Wait, this is all paperwork about the dorm. It's obvious from the word Ditzy written at the top of the sheet of paper in front of her. Sheets. What's with that harsh attitude, you deadbeat dragon? Don't act like I haven't got a clue when you're the one who tried to shove the work onto Gome. How did you expect that white weirdo to write when holding a pen with a fin is impossible? Wait, she actually made Gome write the report? I actually thought she was just going to ask Gome to give the report to Reika. That's why I was confused about why Gome... Wow, yeah! Take all this info here. So I basically just speedread this, and I thought that after reading the take all, she just wants the report to actually be transferred to Reika-san. So, yeah, she's a bastard. She's a bastard. She's an asshole. Jeez. I kind of just skimmed through that.
頑張ってるって書いときゃいいのですよ、こんなの。ポンコツ娘たちを教師に押し付ける人の親なんて、それで満足なのです。タマ先生が選書しても、できることとできないことがあるのですよ。
I mean, some people are actually very, very motivated as teachers. I remember back when I was in high school, there was a teacher who went to one of the students' house because he wasn't going to school for a long time. He skipped school for about a week or something, and she actually cared enough to go to his house. Like, they're not obligated to do that, guys. Teachers, their payroll is way too little to care about the students that much. Trust me. Being a teacher, they don't pay well. I do know that, but I also know you're definitely not working hard at it. So yeah, I definitely appreciate some of the teachers that I had in my high school. They're going the extra mile for the students.
そういえば、レンちゃんは寮間補佐じゃないのですか。こういう仕事こそ補佐に任せるべきなのですよ。このただ飯ぐらいが。
This is exactly the work you shouldn't be leaving to your assistant.
レンちゃん、態度最悪。大量が妥当っと。
What a joke. You're the definition of corrupt, Tama-chan. Wow, she's actually writing what she says. With no other choice, I snatched the report from her desk and blasted with an eraser. I mean, Ren, you care too much about this. I wouldn't care at all about her shit.
やっぱりレンちゃんは優しいのですね。よ、量感補佐。玉の好感度が1上がったのですよ。
I don't need your affection, thanks. What a rotten teacher, seriously. I can't bring myself to hate her, though. It's just how Tama-chan is. I slide the documents over to me and scanned them briskly. So if we're going to write serious reports, what should be on them? It kind of bothers me that someone like Ren, who helps a lot of people but has a very snappy attitude or a rotten mouth, is someone I dislike when someone like, say, Pia from Amayui, who helps a lot of people, is someone that I do like. I wonder if I switch Ren into a girl, I would like Ren. I don't know. Would I like Ren if he was a she? This is a good way for you to know whether or not you like a character, by the way, guys. Whether or not you like them as a character or just the fact that they're female, you know, the opposite gender. Depending on your, you know, sexual orientation, of course. Would I like Ren if Ren was a girl? I don't think I would because of the snappy attitude. But I would probably appreciate the fact that he helps other people more. But as a main character, I feel like it's not in line with what I do, so I don't know.
最近のゆとりはすぐそうやって人に聞くあたり終わってるのですよ。この程度自分で考えることもできないようじゃ就職とかお先真っ暗もいいとこなのです。
Reason I'm also bringing up Amayui, guys, is because the next Patreon slot / member slot is actually going to be the second game for Amayui. So yeah, I'm gonna be recording that in 2 days. Tomorrow is gonna be some more Funkatsu Akuma here. I'm actually saving Friday, the no gym day, for, you know, a long session of Amayui. I know for a fact that I'm gonna be playing a lot of it. You know, like 6 hours maybe? I might even record like 3 episodes depending on how it hooks me in. Dorm supervisor refuses to work. Recommends sending home.
それは勘弁なのです。パパとママのラブラブメガフレア食らうのですよ。
There's an interesting way to die. There's an interesting? I thought that's supposed to be that. I'd expect nothing less of the Bahamut clan, though. There are 2 genders for Bahamuts, huh? Bahamut? Bahamut? I think it's Bahamut. That world is mysterious indeed. I guess for the bulk of it, I'll just focus on describing how the rehab is going. Miria Kiritani, same apparently innocent girl as before. Emery Fujima, still obsessed with her brother. Yui Asaki, still weak to the cold. Arle Arisugawa, I actually didn't know Arle's last name, still a nudist. Miyabi Aoi, still her own guinea pig, no changes. Remind me, Tama-chan, what was the point of establishing this dorm?
だから適当に捏造するしかないのですよ。領館の苦労が少しは分かったのですか？
Yeah, you actually don't do your job though. Yeah, I see what you mean. Tama-chan must have just been quietly suffering indignity this whole time. I mean, I don't know, guys. Like, I'm saying that, yeah, it's kind of understandable that she's not doing her job or whatever, but she's not even a good teacher. She doesn't teach when she's supposed to teach in class, right? I know this is above her paycheck, but come on. The least she can do is actually be a good teacher in class. Though I've yet to learn how often she has to submit these reports. Well, if you don't want anyone forcing big changes on the dorm, I guess we'll have to fudge the details here and there.
とりあえず領館最高を外せないのですよ。査定に関わるのです。
Putting the residents aside, do I have to write reports for Pochi and the rest too?
ああ、 そろそろ2本目の首が生えそうとか書いときゃ間違いないのですよ。もし証拠をくれとか言われたら、股間に説明してやればいいのです。
What is wrong with this chick? Wow, talk about crud. Rude. Women in her position shouldn't be cracking jokes like that. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure that Pochi is female. He is? What about Shigeru then?
報告が面倒なので、ただのマリモってことにしてあるのですよ。
Would that even make sense? I mean, Shigeru technically isn't even a residence. He's a pet that Miyabi-senpai got. Do people just not care in their world?
いいからガンガン行くのですよ。ガンガン。そんなペースじゃ深夜アニメまでにも帰れないのですよ。フレレンちゃん。
If you're in a hurry, why not at least help me? I look up to glare at my deadbeat do-nothing teacher. I swallow my pride and use the most flowery language I can to give dubious assessments of the resident's progress. Yeah, see, I guess the problem with Ren, unlike Fia, is that Fia doesn't do these stupid remarks that, you know, she doesn't like Tama-chan, but she's doing them anyway. She's very honest with her feelings. She wants to help people legit from her heart, right? Unlike Ren is just a tsundere, right? And I actually hate those archetypes. God! Yeah, I guess Ren, if he's a female, he's just a tsundere. A tsundere that's... I don't know. Yuji from Grisaya is classified as a tsundere too, I guess, but I really like him. I don't know. I gotta think on this. There must be a reason why I don't like Ren. I guess in Yuji's case, it's because he kind of reminds me of how I am. Maybe like, he's not really... Like, Yuji's not really a tsundere, he's just like... He's so used to suppressing his own emotions that he just comes off as crass and, you know, standoffish, right? So he's not technically a tsundere, I suppose? It's not like his... It's not his, what's the word? It's not his basic state, right? He was like manufactured that way. He grew up so that he had to become that way. At least that's how I perceive it, because that's how it was for me when I was growing up. Qualifying each one with "by my estimate" or some such phrase, I stamp each sheet and put them in their submission envelopes. I know I'm actually talking about a lot of big stuff, guys, even though we're playing these sort of games, but my mind is clear again, okay? After we're done with the H scene from last episode, my mind is clear again. I'm not taking your shit, Tama-chan. I also don't like Tama-chan, so I'm gonna be a lot more critical, I feel, this route. If Tama-chan herself says this is okay, then I guess I won't need to worry. Maybe people in our realm are just more lenient. It's 2 in the morning.
やばいのですよ、レンちゃん。のんきに寝てる場合じゃないのです。今世紀最大のヤバさなのですよ。
Apologies, but the Ren Fujima service hours are as posted on the door. We'll be happy to assist you when we are open again, but...
必殺バームートボディープレス。
Ugh! Tama-chan, those are my balls! I curl up in pain, racked by her elbow. That's not even a body press! Tama-chan may be light, but suddenly taking a direct unguarded hit in that spot still hurts.
それどころじゃないのですよ。マジヤバ 1000% なのですよ。
So, what do you want at this hour? I'd be pretty pissed too at 2 AM if I was asleep. I'm sure it's something pointless knowing her. Scent of shampoo wafting from her hair, she hops over to the light switch and flips it on.
バレたのですよ。昼間の件があっという間にバレたのです。
What we wrote? Oh, you mean the lies in those reports? Yeah, I figured this would happen. Not remotely surprised, I shrug and turn back to my bed. I'll always remember you, Tama-chan. Till I forget anyway. Good night.
お休みじゃないのです。このアホデレが。このままでは
Not my fault. What you said was gonna be even worse than what I wrote.
もう二度とあの空間は嫌なのです。
Wow, that sounds like real overkill. Huh. It makes it sound like they're going to stuff her into a box and mail her somewhere. Dimensional portals and stuff, huh? The Bahamut are a force to be reckoned with. I'm actually kind of impressed that such a trip didn't kill Tama-chan the first time. Okay. I won't ever forget you then. Happy? Now I'm going to sleep.
この竜殺し、誰の報告書のせいだと思ってるのですか？ドラゴンスレイヤーレイちゃんって呼ぶのですよ。
Sounds kind of awesome to me.
ダサいとは何なのですか？昔からの勇者の称号なのですよ。てか、寝てるんじゃないのです。起きてほしいのですよ。
Well, this isn't my problem, so I can understand Ren. Tama-chan pushes my body back and forth from the side of the bed. Small and feeble as she is, I still won't fall asleep like this. I resign myself to rising. So, what do you need me to do? My weak human hands can't do anything about someone locked in another dimension, sorry.
駆け落ち。
What?
責任を取ってタマと一緒に駆け落ちするのですよ。二人で地の果てまで逃げるのです。一人じゃあれなのですけども、二人ならなんとか伊豆くらいまで行けるのですよ。
Where is Izu again? I believe it's in southwestern Japan. Good night, Tama-chan. Here's hoping I see you again when the sun's up.
おバカも休み休みおっしゃい。このままじゃレンちゃんも共犯者として一緒に次元幽閉されるのですよ。
I'm just gonna say, you forced me into it. And technically isn't a lie.
人の姿であんなところに行ったらしげるちゃんみたいに黒い丸になるのですよ。
That's not a threat for me. Ah, Tama-chan, you are the lowest being on the planet, you know that? And so, without much warning at all, our stupid flight into the night begins. Flight? Gotta be a typo, right?
ここまで来ればとりあえず追っても安心なのですよ。
Yeah, that's definitely a typo. I actually thought they went outside of Japan. Unless I'm mistaken, this is my old place. We haven't even left town. We literally just took a short walk. It's basically no further than the market where I do all my shopping.
とりあえずほとぼりが冷めるまでしのげばきっとそのうち飽きるのです。
Man, yeah, Tama-chan is one of those people when someone's actually angry, they just left and not see you, so that time heals all wounds and they forget their own anger, and then comes back suddenly. Like, I don't know anyone like that, but if I do know someone like that, you're definitely not my friend after I know that. No more.
父上も母上もクソなのでバレやしないのですよ。
What a way to talk about your parents. I mean, I don't know how her parents are. I feel like it's kind of understandable sometimes to shit talk your parents if they are shitty parents. I thought the Bahamuts were in a financial superpower. I guess they're not as scary as she let on. It stands to reason with the over-dependent daughter they raised. Still, Tama-chan seems way too relaxed considering how little distance we've covered. So when do you think the heat will blow over? And are you just planning on living at my place the whole time until that happens?
次から次へとごちゃごちゃと。レンちゃんが望んでることくらいわかってるのですよ。タマだって女なのです。代わりに体を要求されることくらい覚悟の上なのです。性奴隷として手こきくらいなら週一で我慢するのです。
I just wants to... I mean, why are we talking about handjobs now? And how long is she expecting to be holed up in here? And her becoming a sex slave has nothing to do with this situation. I mean, in a lot of dojins, Ren, it's usually kind of jump to this conclusion, like those people that get picked up by random strangers and whatnot. I personally feel like you shouldn't take someone in your house, even if you feel sorry for them. You never know if you might get killed. But I never trust anyone other than those around me that's close, guys. I don't trust a lot of people. Actually, why is she so confident about this part? Never trust strangers. Like, I'm technically a stranger to you guys too, so... Like, take my word with a grain of salt and always be skeptical. I am an honest person, but there's probably going to be times where... When would I lie in these videos, to be honest? But even if I don't lie, there might be times when I don't even know that I'm lying because I know myself, right? And sometimes, because I'm more of a logical person, I would lie about my own feelings, about certain stuff. That's what I realize about myself. Like, I wouldn't like lie about something outrageous, but I would lie about some of my feelings. Actually, why is she so confident about this part? Oh, whatever. I guess we're stuck together for a while then. I'd feel bad if you actually did get banished to another dimension anyway.
さすがはレンちゃんなのですよ。話のわかる子なのですね。土下座の一つでもしたら二の腕くらいなら触らせてあげないこともないのですよ。
Okay, I guess I'll just head back to the dorm then.
ごめんなさい。一人じゃご飯も炊けないのです。
You're probably loaded. Just buy some from the convenience store. You'll live up to your appearance, Tama-chan. I say the words as they come to mind. Tomorrow is Saturday, so I might as well play along for a day. I mean, she's loaded, right? She's rich. She doesn't need a caretaker. You can use Emmy's bed in the next room over if you want. If you need something, just call. It's too late to do anything but sleep now. I'll worry about what we're doing tomorrow when I wake up. What's up? Another problem you need me to solve?
またとは何ですか。いつもそう面倒なわけじゃないのですよ。
Yeah, I'd say about 90% of the time she is. I bite back my retort and wait for her to explain.
さっき文字のごとく逃げ出すようにここに来たのですが。
Yeah, it was.
肝心のベヒーモスのぬいぐるみを忘れたのです。
You're telling me someone your age has to sleep with a doll? A behemoth doll? What makes it so important? Even my niece, she's 9. She doesn't use anything. She doesn't have any attachment to a blanket or, you know, a pillow or a bolster.
タマはあれがないとちょっと寝れないのです。困ったのです。
For some people, this might be like a cute act, or, you know, this might seem cute. To me, it's garbage. That's legit what I think about this. You're what? 30-something? You still need something to sleep? I'm taking you to the trash bin. Bro, this isn't cute. How old are you? Like, I would understand if you're like 9 years old, but come on. Can't sleep. This goes to show that she lives in a very, very comfortable life. And I really have strong opinions on that because, I don't know, guys. I feel like people who have never really been in a difficult situation could never appreciate what they have. I could make you pass out by putting a bag over your head, or would you prefer a chokehold?
なんでそんな落とされ方をせねばならぬのですか。ここは仕方ないからレンちゃんと一緒に寝てやるのですよ。
Or is she just making excuses so that she can sleep with me? What? What makes you think I should naturally assume that's what you mean?
なんなのですか。聞いてればさっきからこんな食べ頃のレディーが添い寝してやるって言ってるのですよ。
Ah, you're a stranger. I don't even sleep with my sister in the same bed even though we share the room. Like, I have an air mattress. When I sleep over, I mean.
外に出たら1時間いくらだと思ってやがるのですか。
Oh no, don't care, you lolly whore. You'll fall right asleep once you let yourself get drowsy, so just shut up and get in your bed.
その代わりタマに触れたら腸内に響くドラゴニックボイスで叫ぶのです。 ほら、もうちょっとそっち行くのですよ。気が利かないのですから。
Hey, don't actually get in my bed.
そんなこと言って勃起をまあしてないですね。
Where the hell do you think you're putting your hands?
大人にはこの程度どうってことないのですよ。ちょっと童貞くんには刺激が強すぎたのですね。
God, she's so arrogant without actually backing it up. I think that's the reason why I really dislike her. I really dislike characters that are like that. When they're arrogant but they can't back it up. I can understand arrogant people if they actually have, you know, merit, if they're very good at what they do. But Tama-chan is a garbage. She's garbage. She doesn't have anything. But she's arrogant. It's not backed up by anything, her personality. That's obviously not the problem here. Look, Emmy's bed is open, so just take it and sleep.
嫌なのです。知らない場所で一人とか寝れるわけないじゃないのですか。
And go to fuck back! That divine attitude is really pissing me off. They just count sheep or something and make do with that. Thank you, Ren. At least you're actually logical. We argue amongst ourselves to the point of exhaustion, and then sleep comes to us right away after that. At least the game doesn't just instantly get you a sex scene.
この痴漢野郎、朝ごはんはまだなのですか？
I just leave, Ren. Okay, calm down. It's on the way. Just be patient.
まったく、ちょっと添い寝してあげただけで挿入未遂とはね。
Yo, this route is pissing me off, guys. What? Some people are into this shit? What? I mean, the reason why this even became a route is because some people, there's a demographic for this sort of thing, right? What the flying fuck?
昨日あれだけ拒否してたのはどんなポーズだって話なのですよ。
My neighbor is using his grinder again, by the way. Hope you guys don't hear it. Damn you, neighbor!
タマじゃなかったら今頃塀の中だったのですよ。
Tama refuses to stop nagging me about my morning wood. It's just a natural phenomenon. It happens every day. And if I really put it inside you, then it'd be tight as hell anywhere.
超抱きしめながら超押し付けてきたくせにいけシャーシャーと。まったく体は正直なのにこれがツンデレってやつなのですね。
Well, you're not wrong there, Tama-chan. He is a tsundere. Ugh. It's true that I was harder when we woke up, so I have nothing else to say, but still. Trying to defend myself is like trying to win a fist fight with a human-sized octopus.
まあタマは大人の女だから仕方ないのですね。ほれ許してあげるからとっととタマのために朝ごはん作れなのですよ。
Ugh. Tolerate it, Ren. Keep a cool head. Why should you keep a cool head? Tama-chan is barely the same size as Emmy when we shared a bed years ago. The fact that I wound up wrapping my arms around her in my sleep is my fault. And whatever the situation, pressing my morning wood into her is just inexcusable. Well, I guess if you actually did that in your sleep, you wake up like, and she's actually in your arms, that's understandable. I'm one of those guys that if I sleep, I actually don't move. Like, I don't move even 1 centimeter, guys. I used to move quite a bit when I was younger, but that was back when I was, I don't know, 10 years old, 12 years old. What caused it? Percent? Sensation? Tama-chan is, after all, still a woman. No, calm down, dude, no. Look at her, this is Tama-chan you're thinking about. Look with your heart, not just your eyes. Right, she's just a midgety old lady. It seems my reason is still intact. Good.
なんかものすごいイラッとするものを感じたのですが、まあいいのです。はよう朝ごはんを作るのですよ。
Okay, I'll make it now. Just wait a bit. Is there even anything in the fridge? I walk over to the nostalgic little fridge and open the door. Hmm? What the? I guess all of the food is rotten?
なんなのですかこの不臭は。ドラゴンゾンビでもこんな臭くなかったのですよ。
The smell. Could it be? I take a look at the main breaker. It's off. Right, duh. Nobody's been living here. I wish Rika-san had bothered to check the fridge before shutting off the power. I close the door and open a window to vent the room, fanning the air out however I can. Yeah, that must really smell awful.
ってことは何ですか？もしや朝ごはんは何もないということなのですか？
Just go to the fucking convenience store! What is wrong with these people? We do if you count a salt shaker and some spices.
じゃあレンちゃんに食べさせてあげるのです。はい、あんするのですよ。
Enough pointless bickering. Okay, stop. Tama-chan glares at me as I grab her approaching hands.
やだなのです。お腹が空いたのですよ。こんなひもじい逃亡生活嫌なのです。栄養失調で生理止まるのですよ。
Like every time Tama-chan talks, I just feel like she gets even worse. Can you just shut the fuck up, Tama-chan? She's like garbage, bro. I don't know how people can actually like this piece of shit. So she still gets her period with that childlike body, huh? I really wish I hadn't heard that. I mean, menopause stops at earliest probably 50 or something right now.
しゃあない。どっか買い出しに行くのですよ。
But I guess he was trying to imply that she's too young to have her first period.
わあ、久しぶりにジャンクな朝メックが食べたい気分なのです。そのくらいなら大人としておごってあげてもいいのですよ。
No. If you go shopping, then what's the point of hiding out here? Weren't you going to be sealed in some alternate dimension if they caught you? Not that I think there's any point of hiding out here in the first place. Exactly! Doesn't even matter if we're hiding or not hiding here.
ちょっと忘れてましたが、それは困るのですね。
You dragged me into this and forgot all about it? We don't even have anything to drink here. This really is a problem. I don't know how long we're going to be stuck here either, so food is probably a must. If I have to, I guess I'll go and do the shopping for us. Oh, sorry about that. What's wrong? That's a weird face you're making. Oh, is this another one of those routines? We've done plenty of complaining already. I resign myself to hearing her nag one more time before I leave. You?
猛烈におしっこがしたいのですが。
Turn on the faucet, nothing. The water's been shut off too. There's probably some tissues. Come on, guys. It's not like this house. Yeah, this house vacant, but it doesn't mean that the supplies are completely gone.
こいつはやべえ。やべえなんて言葉じゃ表せないほどやべえのです。ハイリーンがやってきてるのです。
I think she actually wants to poop, not piss. Maybe they try to tone it down a bit so that you guys aren't disgusted by this girl even more than you already have or something. Because pissing is fine. Like, who cares? I mean, I don't know if Japan has the culture where you actually just wipe your ass with tissues, like toilet paper. Indonesia doesn't have that. We actually do need water for the most part. I remember back when I was still like, very young. They don't have bidets yet in Singapore and like a lot of Southeast Asia. So when I was abroad, I'm like, shit, how do I actually, clean myself here? Because we're not very used to wet toiletries. So yeah, I have to use like a paper cup from McDonald's and use that as like a water handle. Now it's not the time for a Korean wave reference. I don't even know what that means. Let's get out of here. We need to find a place with a bathroom.
らバッグをレンちゃんのバッグなどを少々お貸ししていただけ。
Just use the toilet here. Tama-chan, hang in there. You can't give up just yet. You can do it. Seriously, don't spill it yet, Tama-chan. I don't get how that's, you know, like...
いやー、間一髪だったのですよ。
You could have just pissed in the toilet in our house.
この年にもなって往生するところだったのです。
Sure, it's gonna smell after you piss, but... You know? You did well, atta girl.
褒められるほどのことじゃないのですよ、この程度。
Like, the house is already messed up in the first place. No one's gonna use it. I mean, I guess I was thinking about along the lines of how we're only gonna be staying that for one day. If they're planning on staying multiple days, like, they probably didn't even put too much effort into thinking about this whole situation. Why am I thinking about this? I'm kind of mad at myself for actually taking this game seriously. This route in particular, because this route is uber trash so far. She's actually right about that last bit. But I praise her anyway for avoiding a more terrible incident. I should figure out how to turn the water on when we get back. The power came back on when I flipped the breaker. I would assume the water company hasn't cut off the supply either. Probably.
Oh, Ren-chan! なんか久しぶりだな.
If you turn on the breaker and the power is on, so the electricity is still running then. Isn't that bad? I thought they were trying to, you know, not spend money on that house anymore.
一緒にいるのは親戚の子かい。おじさんがペロペロキャンディーあげよう。
はい、ありがとうなのですよ。ほらレンちゃん、ペロペロキャンディーもらっちゃったのです。ペロペロ。
I don't care, Tama-chan. Oh, good for you. Enjoy it. I'll be back to buy from you later. Have a nice day.
ほうや、ジョーちゃんもまたな。
よくよく考えたらおかしいのです、ペロペロペロ。なんで私が子供扱いされなきゃいけないのですか、ペロペロペロ。
Well, in the real world, you don't exist, Tama-chan. Someone like you don't exist. If they do, they probably just have a small stature and use a lot of makeup. And if they don't use makeup, they probably look very ugly. So yeah, just gonna give you guys the real deal here. A 30-year-old that looks like Tama-chan uses a lot of makeup to hide a lot of the like wrinkles and shit. They're not gonna look pretty like you. Because literally every person who sees you thinks you're a grade schooler. Tama-chan clearly isn't happy about it, but she also doesn't seem to mind going to town on that sucker. To her credit, the people in this town give away the best damn lollipops in the world. I'm sure if I put one of those clunky kids' backpacks on her, people would flock to Tama-chan.
その小学生にギンギンに追っ立ててたくせによう言うのです。
I did not. And cool it with the foul language in public.
何を今さらカッコつけてるのですか。モースコードで言ったらレンダイヤモンドだったのです。
If that were the case, it would have stabbed right through my pants and underwear. Or are we discussing the particulars of my morning wood? She's probably happy that, you know. She wants to lose her virginity, Ren. You're right, she's a lolly whore. But the facts are what they are. It happened and I can't deny it. Ugh. Okay, Tama-chan, here's a test. Why don't you go ahead and buy what we need from that grocer over there? A radish and some carrots, please.
了解なのです。何が試しか知らないけど行ってくるのですよ。
I'm guessing they might actually give her more since she's a kid.
大根と人参くださいなのです。
Yeah, this is like a wet market, right? A more traditional market and not a mall.
お嬢ちゃんお買い物かい？えらいね。おじさん玉ねぎもサービスしちゃうぞ。はい。あとこれもだ。ペロペロキャンディー。
えらいって褒められた上にペロペロキャンディーまでもらっちゃったのです。これでダブルペロペロなのですよ、ペロペロペロ。
Oh, nicely done. What a nice man, giving you that and an onion to boot. I rubbed Tama-chan's head and praised her some more.
なわけあるかー。なんで玉が 初めてのお使いみたいなノリで褒められなきゃいかんのですか。しかもペロペロキャンディーダブルって何なのですか。ダブルって
I don't know.
すでに1個持ってるのが見えないのですか、あのクソ店主は。
Okay, Tama-chan, next up is tissues from the pharmacy over there.
本当にあの商店街はロリコンばかりなのですか。なんでそんなに子供にペロペロキャンディーあげたいのですか。今時こんなので喜ぶチャリどもはいないのですよ、ペロペロペロ。
Tama lies spread eagle on the floor with another lollipop in her mouth. A small mountain of the thing sits on the table. I honestly didn't think this would get so out of hand. After asking around, I discovered that our marketplace happens to be nicknamed the King of Candy. I can see why. Well, nothing we can do about it right now, Tama-chan. By the way, I did the main valve. Faucets, toilets, and the bath are all in working order. The gas is still running too, so cooking is no problem. The deodorizing process for the fridge is still ongoing. Oh well. Deodorizing, huh? I guess it's probably gonna take a while.
ダイヤモンド発動させてたくせによう言うのです。
Would it kill you to have some delicacy? Ice clinks in a glass of oolong tea on a table near her. After seeing all the people at the market treat her like a kid, I've grown to see Tama-chan as maybe a bit cuter than I used to.
タマの隠語に興奮しちゃうのですか。
As if. Shut up and drink your tea.
興奮しないのですね。じゃあ特別サービスでタマの舌使いを見せてあげるのですよ。
She holds out her lollipop and extends her tongue. She moves as seductively as she can, wrapping her red tongue around it deliberately. She turns her eyes toward me as if to say, you know you want this. Well, that's actually pretty erotic. Now that most of my aversion to Tama-chan is gone, I guess it's obvious that I think so. Look, enough. Cut that out. I reach out and flick Tama-chan in the forehead. How is your aversion actually gone when you literally said you would think her as a cuter after they thought that this girl is a grade schooler? That's actually messed up. What sort of reasoning is that? Then I grabbed the lollipop she was playing with out of her hand.
ムラムラしてきちゃったのですか。
Guys, I have nothing against lollies. I read some doujins with lollies and they're kind of hot. The problem is, Tama-chan is garbage. The problem isn't with the lollies thing, it's the fact that she's trash. I'm just trying to preserve a young woman's dignity. That's why you need to stop that nonsense.
急に女の子扱いしちゃって。これだから童貞はちょろいのですよね。すぐその気になるから。
Over a virgin lolly hag.
何ですか今の笑って。少女の何が悪いのですか。汚れなき新品未開封なのですよ。
I mean, I personally think so, but a lot of people doesn't seem to think so. Because, you know, the majority seems to think that women that are above 30, I think mostly Asians think about this. Women that are still virgins at the age of 30 plus, rather than, like what she said, unused top shelf merchandise, they actually have so low self-confidence about how they're not very attractive.
レンちゃんだってそんなタマに挿入したいって思ってたくせに。
Which I feel is a very sad thing. Enough of that, damn it. I haven't. Never have, never will. It's the same back and forth that we had this morning. I'm so tired of it, I'm honestly growing irritated now. I actually think, guys, that the grinder, you can't hear the grinder, but it does make my voice a lot more echoey. Because you guys probably don't hear it, but ever since I said that my neighbor is using the grinder, he hasn't stopped it once. I have absolutely no idea what he's doing with that grinder, but he's going to town with it. Why do we have this? Why do we keep having the same exchange? If by some stretch of the imagination I really had a Lolita complex, wouldn't that be a huge problem? Wait. Tama-chan, are you so hung up on this because you actually want me inside you? Ugh. Just like hearing you say that or speaking those words is disgusting. Haha, now I get it. That's why you've been constantly bringing this up since this morning. I get that this is Ren's personality, he just wants to get back at Tama-chan. But I feel like these people that tries to act this way, they're always doing it to get some sort of reaction from other people. If you don't react to them, you're not gonna get anything. Like they're gonna get bored of it. I feel like, yeah, what Ren's doing is just dumb. Huh. Says the one with the body of a toddler. Come back and tell me that when you look like you've hit puberty. Tama-chan jumps onto the table and leans her face in close to glare at me. This is the definition of a tit-for-tat argument. I'm far too pissed off to look away and ignore her anymore. Our foreheads touch and grind against each other in mutual rage. After a moment, Tama-chan pulls away and curls into a ball. Tama-chan? If you actually are in real life, a lot of people would fuck you for, for money, in fact. How ridiculous. If you were a real person, you'd be drowning in a lot of semen out there. Tama-chan starts to cry and sniffle. Ah, damn it. How did this turn from verbal boxing to a soft fest? Did I go too far just because my opponent was Tama-chan? But Tama-chan is equally at fault for saying the same kind of thing to me. No, now's not the time to make excuses for myself. How do I follow up to redeem myself here? Tama-chan's eyes glitter with conviction. Alright, just have sex with me or something, or give me a blowjob, give me a hand job, anything you want. Okay, you're sitting on my lap. That's creepy. I can see your panties. I should say the same to you. I think this is still safe for now. Once you actually get to a more dangerous scene, I'm gonna have to censor. But just get it over with, Tama-chan. I'm done giving my, taking your shit. Tama-chan is sitting on my lap. Her lips are curled up in a forced smile. I feel like a mall Santa. Tama-chan's body feels undeniably compact against me. All you have to do is apologize for what you said first. You don't have to go this far to force an admission of guilt out of me. Tama-chan's hand extends down to slide over my crotch. Hey, Tama-chan. I really think this is going too far. Clearly, Ren isn't angry about this, but you can kind of hear when I said her name that I'm kind of angry at the situation. I would have just shoved her off.
この程度大人のレディーなら挨拶みたいなものなのですよ。それとも玉で勃起しそうなの必死に我慢してるからなのです。
Her eyes are shining at me more than before. Tama-chan holds out her index finger and draws it slowly up over my zipper without hesitation. That's how we're gonna play, fine.
レンちゃん、そんなのはちょっと。
I mean, if that's how she wants to play, I'm not gonna play the game. I'm just gonna let her down. I'm gonna, like, stand up. Shove her, as I said. Oh, it's okay for you to stroke my crotch, but you give up when I touch your chest?
そんなことあるわけないじゃないのですか。こんなの赤ちゃんに授乳してる時に触られてる程度なのですよ。
What the hell is a tat? Teat? Ugh, so full of yourself. Oh, they're so soft. I accidentally used too much force just now, but Tama-chan's tits are so soft that it doesn't matter. And this sensation I'm feeling in my palm. Her little nipples are hard enough to drag at my skin when I move my hand. Can you change the CG, please, so I can censor and stop talking, guys? I am so done with this bullshit. This is so garbage, bros. This is turning out to be way more problematic than expected. She's making a face like she enjoys it, moaning in a cute voice. I don't think I can call her a lolly hag anymore.
レンちゃんこそめちゃくちゃ硬くなってきたのですよ。ほらほら、こんなにエレクトさせちゃって。細寸胴とか言いながら玉のおっぱい触って入れたくなっちゃったのですか？
Tama-chan, you were making some pretty X-rated sounds a second ago, too.
まだ強がるのですね。強がってる年下の男の子、結構可愛くてキュンってくるのです。じゃあ、そんな口ばっかりの子には、もっと現実を突きつけてあげないといけないのですね。
Man, you guys remember what I said about how I actually wish we had rough sex with Tama? That actually means that I don't want her to enjoy the sex. Yeah, I'm gonna make you like into a cum hole or cum dump or whatever, Tama-chan. God, you're trash. More real? I don't usually bash someone this bad, but there's nothing positive about Tama-chan I can say. I guess her body type is a positive for some people, but I don't mind lollies and I don't even think she's all that hot for a lolly body. Wait, Tama-chan, you really shouldn't...
もうこんなになってるじゃないのですか。こっくり。
Alright, patreon.com, Azaikyousuke, guys. See you guys on YouTube. Don't worry, I'm not gonna voice act this. This whole route, I feel like I don't even want to voice act it because it's just so garbage. But I must prevail. This is a test. This is a test. The gods are testing me against this bitch. People on Patreon, enjoy.
まさかこの年で自分の下の処理をする時が来るとは。
And we're back. Just like what Tama-chan said there, yes, the H scene is having a certain golden shower for people who are into that. I personally think if people just look at the H scene, you know, before all of the talks about how ridiculously dumb and, you know, bad Tama-chan is, I do think they can fap to it. I think I could fap to it. But God, I thought that at first, wow, this H scene is kind of a low budget compared to all of the other girls. But turns out it's a two-part H scene, as usual in this game actually. Like, I guess, I don't know if it's just this game or a lot of the erogays in general, but they really love it when the guys come more than once during those scenes. But yeah, in this one at least we changed positions, and I'm like, damn, I guess this is where the budget went to, because the second one was pretty damn hot, the CG. The first one was, yeah, imagine the scene before I censor it to you guys, and you have Ren's dick going inside. Yeah, that's literally it. The same CG. But yeah, I've cooled down. I was watching a YouTube video while I was listening to Tama moan like crazy. And yeah, not too bad.
レンちゃんが調子に乗るからいけないのです。タマはダメって言ったのに。
No, pretty sure it's your fault for not going when you needed to.
それはそうなのですが。
She didn't do it just once, by the way. She did it multiple times.
これは未来英語。ずっと初体験でおもらししながら生き狂ったドラゴンとしてレンちゃんにいじめられるのですよ。
Tama-chan dutifully keeps at it with a washcloth while she complains to herself. Even after that little moment we shared, she's still the same person. I personally don't really care if my significant other actually pisses on me while we have sex. It's kind of weird, I guess, yes, but you know, could always just take a wash or take a bath after. If they poop though, then yeah, that's pretty weird. But there are some people into scat out there. I'm not into them. I'm pretty indifferent towards them. I mean, in real life, of course, I'd probably be freaked out. But in like, you know, 2D, because you can't smell just how bad the feces is. What am I talking about? It's not that bad, but yeah, that's my honest opinion on the matter. But now I have to admit, it's kind of cute. Ugh, and that's actually Ren's reasoning for having sex with, like, Tama here. He was saying about how Tama is, like, the worst person, blah, 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 blah. Like, a lot of negative shit. But he still wants to have sex with her because he thinks she's cute. I'm like, what the fuck? So you're gonna ignore everything else, and just because a girl's cute, you're gonna have sex with them. That's the most retarded rationalization I've ever heard, but this is an H game for you. I actually owe it to her to give the right boyfriend follow-up. Well, I was pretty excited myself. We're both at fault, I guess.
興奮したってバカ本当はこのバカ
You've got me worse stuff before, Tama-chan. Tama-chan puffs out her cheeks at me in apparent indignation or embarrassment. So cute. Nobody would ever think she's as old as she is, for more reasons than one. Yes, I'm kind of tired with your garbage brain, Ren. Your brain is literally garbage, Ren. I guess sex does make you feel... People usually say it's love that makes you, like, different or makes you go crazy. But in this game's case, I guess it's sex. But I'm sorry for getting too caught up in the flow of things.
謝るくらいならしなきゃいいのですよこのバカ
The first part of the H scene kind of reminds me of this hentai or like doujin series I used to read or watch, by the way, back when I was still in middle school, I think. It's called Akisora for some reason.
それにその嫌だったら中に出されていくなんてあるわけないのですよバカ
I don't know, if your body is used to it enough. I played Rika. You're gonna enjoy sex whether or not you want to.
そんなことよりもですね謝罪じゃなくてもっと言うべきことがあるんじゃないのですか
Thanks for giving me our first time. She pointedly raised her eyebrows at me. She steps closer and brings her flushed face inches from mine. Something I should say? I love you, so please be my girlfriend?
人の処女奪っといてなんで疑問系なのですかもっとピッと言うのですよバハムート家の一人娘をものにしたのですから全世界の人たちに誇るように
はあ誰が誰をものにしたって
Oh, Reika-san.
長なんでここがガクガクガクガクガクガク
んこの匂いと、そのタオルの山は、タマ。お前もしかしてその年になって寝しょったのか？
違うのです。寝しょったわけじゃないのですよ。ないのですが、これはなんというか、そう、大人のおねしょなのです。大人のたしなみの方の。
そうか。まあよくわからんけど、わかったことにしとくわ。
Now that we're in the topic of peeing, I think it's actually a lot more disgusting for guys to piss inside of a girl, right? What is this topic I'm talking about? But I mean, they're talking about it first, right? So think about it. If a girl pisses on you when you're having sex, it's only gonna piss outside of your body. But if a guy actually comes and then piss inside, yeah, that's actually interesting. Girls probably would be a lot more disgusted by that, right? I think they'd be. Rika-san nods to herself, not bothering to hide her pity. So, what brings you here? These are the sort of questions that I can't actually ask girls, even when, you know, I have female friends who are quite dirty-minded. Even they think I'm like crazy in the head or some shit. Some of the kinks in these games are insane, man. And a lot of people, even though they're perverted, they're not as kinky as a lot of these H games make you think.
ああ、そうそう。タマがここにいると思ってな。
言ってないのです。そういえば。
逃がすか、ボケ。
次元幽閉は嫌なのです。枕は怖いのですよ。
I have a feeling that we're probably gonna be done with the, like, side route soon. They put a lot of budget into that H scene, you could definitely tell, so I don't think there's actually much left of the route. So I'm gonna try to finish this in one go if I can.
せめて恋人になったばっかりのレンちゃんも一緒に。
ああ、うるせえうるせえ。勘違いすんな。別に私はお前を連れ戻しに来たわけじゃねえっつうの。
Oh, you didn't?
そりゃそうだろう。本気で連れ戻すなら、一昨日の夜には首に縄つけてるわ。
You have a point there. This place is within walking distance of the dorm. If Tama-chan had really needed to hide, this place would be the worst choice. Although I get the impression that Tama-chan actually did need to, albeit for a different reason.
だったらどういうことなのですか？
I don't know if you guys like heard like ding ding there. There's a guy with a stall that usually sells I don't know what you call it in English, but it's like soybean curd with like some ginger, like, you know, ginger and brown sugar mixed in with as a sort of soup. Really delicious.
人のおもらし初体験を笑いに来たのですか？こんなタイミングよく。
But yeah, he usually has a stall that he, you know, goes outside of my house. Really delicious. So sometimes I actually do buy it. It's like one of those snacks that you eat as a kid, and you kind of get used to it. You kind of miss the nostalgia. It tastes delicious though, but it's not really all that healthy, even though it has ginger. It's mostly just sugar.
聞きたくもねえことカミングアウトすんじゃねえよ。
Reika-san takes a step back from Tama in mild disgust. Clearly, Tama-chan's new so what attitude is a surprise to her.
ふざけた報告書の連絡が来たから、私が謝って適当に直しといたっつうの。遊んでんのはいいけど、時と場所とネタを考えろよな、このバカドラゴンが。
Huh? You fixed it.
タマが寮生たちをかばって報告書捏造してたのなんか知ってんだよ。
She did not?
学生思いもいいけど、もうちょっとうまくバレないようにやれ、このバカが。
You're retarded! Caring for... Wait, Tama-chan, is that true?
別に。
一丁前に手。
I don't believe that for a second.
タマはバカなやつではあるけど、悪いやつではないからな。
Sorry, I don't believe this. She's not smart enough to do that. And she's egotistical enough to actually care more about herself than the students. Sorry.
ただものすごいバカだけど。
No, I don't believe you, Reika-san. I don't care what the author wants to show you. I already made my own conclusion. Oh, I totally get that. She can be an utter moron sometimes.
うるさいのですよ。大人として普通のことなのです。普通の。これでも一応教師なのですよ。教師が学生をかばうのに何か理由いるのですか？
だからいらねえって言ってんだろうが、照れるなよ年少教師。
殺す。学園長、今年中に殺してやるのですよ。
Considering she's from a pretty well-off family,
ただの熱唱証拠写真でも喋っとくか。
I'm surprised Reika-san is still in control of their relationship here. I don't know about their power dynamic.
レイちゃん、自分の彼女が熱唱教師とか言われていいのですか？
Well, it's the truth.
それで興奮した男が何言ってやがるのですか？今後もタマのおしっこを積極的に楽しみたいとか抜かしてたくせに。
In some doujins I read, they do actually want to drink the piss. Some of those doujins go hard. Like the scat one is even crazier. Why am I talking about this? One of these days, someone is gonna make me like Let's Play Euphoria or something. And like Bible Black, and you guys will be in for a treat. Oh my god. Nah, those are the days. What? I remember saying no such thing. Don't you dare defame me like that.
お前ら、なんつうか、若いうちはほどほどにしとけよ。
Seems a full-fledged succubus can't comprehend her love. Even after making her my girlfriend, Tama-chan is still Tama-chan. If she did 180 degrees, I'd actually rank her even worse than she'd been before. Oh, so this is where you were, Tama-chan. Wrong. Why haven't you been answering my texts or calls? I found her all alone in an empty classroom. I call her when I see her, standing by herself and gazing at the whiteboard.
別に今日で腐ったみかんのもとようやくお別れだなと思ってただけなのです。
So are they all fixed? There you go, putting on that tough front again. Can't you at least be honest about how you feel? We're at the end of our story. Thank you for the fourth wall break, Ren.
タマはいつだって超素直なのですよ。レンちゃんも無事に卒業証書がもらえてよかったのですね。
Oh wow, we actually skipped so much.
ポンコツ寮の仲間入りした時はどうなることかと思いましたが。
So this is like a 2-year time skip. Tama-chan turns to the window and half closes her eyes, as if reminded of something from the distant past. I stand beside her and take a good long look around the classroom. Jeez, Tama-chan, just let it out already. It's the last day I'll be here. Your boyfriend's graduated. Can I get a tear of happiness or two at least?
別に卒業ったって風情もクソもあったもんじゃなかったですしね。ただただあっという間で。
And talking about graduation is just making me sad. When, like, a lot of my friends graduated, they have, like, their family take photos and stuff. I came alone. Like, that's how, what's the parenting style again? That's how uncaring my parents are. They don't really care. Well, mostly my dad. My mom is not alive anymore.
ポンコツ寮の生活も悪くなかったとは思ってるのですけども。
So the ceremony was a bit too tasteful for your liking. Then how about this instead? I walk to the whiteboard at the front and grab a marker.
レンちゃん。
Tama-chan reads the words on the board as I write them. Thanks for the past 3 years, I guess. Her stubborn gaze melts and tears start to well up in her eyes.
みんなここからいなくなっちゃうのです。寂しくないわけないじゃないのですか。強がらなくちゃやってられないに決まってるじゃないのですか。
If you're really close with them, you're actually gonna meet again after they're done with their like degree or something. Pretty easy to actually meet up with your friends, guys. Sure, it might take maybe like 4 years or something for them to finish off and start to settle with life and doing something else. But after that, you can actually meet up with them again. Large round tears finally roll down her face. This is something that I feel like most people don't understand. If you're really close to those people, you're the one that's gonna reach out. You don't wait for them to message you. You're gonna reach out. And if they're still in the same area, heck, now that we have internet, we can actually FaceTime or video call pretty easily. She sobs and clenches her small fists in frustration. Everyone knows how hard you've been trying to keep it together, Tama-chan. You've been our teacher for 3 whole years. Of course we could tell. Yeah, a lot of people seem to imply that once you're done with school, you're gonna lose all your friends. They're still your friends, guys. Sure, you might not be in the same university as them anymore. And when you're working, sure, you might not be in the same, like, industry. But that doesn't change the fact that you're still friends if you're close. If you're not close though, then that's a different matter, right? I pat and gently rub my girlfriend's adorable head. And I embrace her tighter than ever before.
うるさいのです。パハムートの娘はこんなことぐらいで。
She presses her forehead against my chest. She grips my uniform, shoulders trembling.
寂しいのですよ。こんなの笑って見送るなんて無理なのです。
I mean, you barely did anything for them, so I don't think they actually care if you don't send them off with a smile.
真面目に教師やってたらそんなことできるわけないのですよ。
I mean, I don't know. Tama-chan, can you stop? I don't know what the past 2 years you've been doing, Tama-chan, but if you did work hard, I guess that's pretty respectable. See? That's one thing I actually give you credit for. But for the times that I see you in the main game, you're pretty much garbage. Thank you for all you've done for us, Tama-chan. We all know just how hard you worked for our sakes these past 3 years. So it's okay, really. There's no need to cry. There's so much devotion to teaching packed into this little frame. Yeah, after you show me like her scenes, what she's teaching is garbage. Sure you do. Like, see, this is like those like logical leaps that is just too far-fetched that you're like, huh? And when you catch them, huh? When did this happen? You're like, what the fuck? I understand the moral message, like the moral is good, but if you show me her actual teaching skills instead of what she was doing throughout the other routes and the common route, I would have given this more of a chance to believe it, but come on, Ren. This is such a lie. Seeing it now makes her so much sweeter, so much more lovable to me. Every text past this is just lie after lie after lie. I caress Tama's cheeks over and over. Everyone's waiting for you down at the landing, Tama-chan. It's time for your last duty as our teacher. Come on, let's go down there together.
レンちゃんの前だからメソメソしちゃってるだけなのです。レンちゃんじゃなかったら涙なんか余裕で我慢できちゃうのですから。
Yeah, but you look the cutest now that you're smiling again. Whatever you say, Ren.
それはレンちゃんに愛されてる顔だからなのですよ。
No, I think Ren just wants to fuck you. Knows the reason why he fell in love. It really was horny when you edged him like that.
誰にでも見せると思ったら大間違いなのです。
Tama rubs her soul and eyes. She puts on her everyday face and takes a deep breath. I take her small hand in mine. Then I squeeze as softly as I can. Okay, let's get going.
行くのですよ。
We done with the scene? We done with the site route? We leave the classroom we shared for 3 whole years behind us and take our first step into the future together, carrying with us everything we've gained and learned in one hand, and in the other, the hand of the one I love. is that Yen? God, that was so awful. God, I'm actually laughing so much because of how awful that was. The only good thing about that is just the H scene. Oh my god, I'm actually laughing so much. There's a reason this game didn't become a serious game, guys. They really put in so much effort into just the 8 scenes, I feel. I was gonna compare this to Magikoi for a tiny bit because they have side routes after you finish like this main route thing. But I'm like, wow, I'm comparing Magikoi, which is like the holy grail of slice and life rom-com in my opinion, to this. I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm gonna enjoy if I ever get to pick Magikoi though, once we do get through some of these game suggestions that we got. Because I really love Magikoi. I grew up playing that. But yeah, I guess that's it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this quite short episode for people on YouTube. For people on Patreon, this is actually almost the same length as a normal episode. I've been recording for 1 hour 59 minutes. A large chunk of it is just the 8 scene. Like I said, it's a 2-core 8 scene. So pretty long, about 40 to 45 minutes or something. But it was mostly just me getting pissed off at Tama-chan, shitting on her, and laughing it off. God, Tama-chan is so bad. She's so bad. I don't think she's good though. Like sometimes you say that something is so bad it's good, but no, she's still not good. She's just so bad. Okay, I'm gonna do my usual outro. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give this video a like if you guys like it. So if you guys haven't, Patreon will be getting these episodes early access along with everything uncensored. Along with YouTube memberships, you're gonna get the early access thing. No uncensored stuff. And also for people on YouTube that aren't on Patreon just yet, feel free to become a free member because that's gonna be where I put first episode previews of future playthroughs. God, I'm saying so much of that at the very end, it's kind of crazy. I just keep adding in more because YouTube membership is a thing too now. I at some point will probably just use like, you know, those things where you get the like thing at the middle of the episode or something. But I'm so lazy, guys. I really don't like editing videos. I just prefer recording episodes as is. But okay, enough about that. I'll see you guys on Patreon tomorrow. People on YouTube, well, people on YouTube that aren't a member, I'll see you guys in 2 to 3 days.